morning, ladies and gentlemen, honorable members of the jury. I'm Emmeline Pankhurst, and I'm here today to present my case and hopefully obtain the rightful place I deserve in heaven. Allow me to begin by opening up a window to how my life unfolded. I was born in England on July 14, 1858, to the name of Emmeline Golden. I, eldest of 10 children and daughter to both abolitionists and women's suffrage supporters for parents, attended my first women's suffrage meeting when I was 14 years old. And yet, I always felt my parents gave priority to my brothers rather than to us, the sisters. And this always bothered me. After studying abroad, I met my husband, Dr. Richard Pankhurst. He was a lawyer who fought for righteous causes. And so, after his death, my wish and my determination to achieve women's voting rights came to a point where it could no longer be contained. And so, I created my most important achievement. In 1903, I created the Women's Social and Political Union. And this is where my story begins, where I became a symbol of strength and of power, freedom, at the cost of my demise. Before I tell you my criminal record, bear in mind the era that I lived in, an era where the self-absorbed men view masculinity as the ultimate power and femininity as its faithful servant. Now, my record: fighting for a righteous cause. After several years of futile, peaceful protesting, I grew tired. As a result, the WSPU motto became deeds, not words. And so, a series of crimes started to fill London streets. Crimes such as arson, window striking, attacking members of the parliament, as well as occasionally, without our intent, people would die from our deeds. For all of this, the London's newspapers gave us the name of suffragettes, which now were present all over the country. But you see, it was this way that men started to look at us and realize that women were no longer content with their political status. Our message of enfranchising women was coming through. And so, it is for these crimes that men sentence me to hell. I am aware that my alleged crimes brought me here. However, if I have the opportunity to live again my life, knowing my fate of burning in the eternal flames of sin, I would still not change a thing, because it was my suffering and my demise that brought other women beginnings and blessings of being seen as an equal to the so privileged men, of being seen as the human beings that we are. I committed crimes to help the blind men see that the way that they oppressed women wasn't right. Women live in the same country as men and abide to the same rules that the government dictates. Therefore, women should be entitled to be part of that decision making. So, enfranchising women, women's suffrage, didn't only mean women could vote. It meant giving women a voice, giving women a place to stand strong and tall alongside the so privileged men. It meant that women had the same aptitudes of intelligence and of abilities as them. The start of a new era where women could not only dream of becoming cooks and mothers, but rather everything that they wish for. Finally, in 1918, women were given limited suffrage. And 10 years later, after my death, women were given full voting rights. setting the first step towards what later would become what would allow 220 women inside the House of Commons of the United Kingdom, enforcing and practicing law, as well as filling the 57% of the labor working force. My dream came true, and even though I did not live long enough to see it, women made it. So, that meant that I did not live in vain. Members of the jury, ladies, now that you've heard the evidence of my legacy to the United Kingdom, I am confident you will make the right decision to grant me a place in heaven. And with this, I rest my case. Thank you.